Okay guys, hi. Today's lesson will be about solving quadratic inequalities algebraically. So basically we will have an inequality. So remember, inequality involves the less than or the greater than, and also the less than or equal to and the greater than or equal to. Okay, so we're gonna be dealing with inequalities, but also quadratic inequalities. Okay, just remember, quadratic, it means that they are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. But now, instead of having like equal to 0, which we did yesterday, we are now going to do inequalities, and we're going to solve for all the x values that satisfy that condition. Okay, we have this lesson that has all the steps, so we're gonna go step by step to answer this question. The question is, solve x squared plus x greater than 6 algebraically. Okay, so in other words, they want us to find all the x values, all the positive x values, that when you plug them in here, you get something greater than 6. Okay, so again, at the end, our answer has to be all the x values, every single x values, that when you plug it in into your inequality, you get something greater than 6. There are going to be a million of those values. There are going to be a lot of those values. It's not only like 2 x's or 3 values. No, it's a lot of values that satisfy this condition. So we are going to find it. We're going to find all those x values. Okay, so that is the goal for today, to find all the values that satisfy the inequality. So the first thing that we want to do is just to treat this as an equation. Okay, so in other words, I want the 6 to be on the other side. So I'm going to just put x squared plus x minus 6. And then I'm going to equal it to 0. Again, I'm just treating it like if it was an equation, and you will see why I'm doing that. That was like the first step. So okay, step 1. Make it an equation, equal it to 0. Step 2 will be to factor it out. Okay, so again, to factor out, remember, we need to find numbers that gives you negative 6 when you multiply, positive 1 when you add them. Those numbers are positive 3 and negative 2. I'm not doing anything new. Remember, nothing new. Something that we covered already. Step 3, set the x plus 3 equals 0 and set the x minus 2 equals 0, which is what we covered yesterday. From here, x equals negative 3, and from here, x equals to 2. These values that you're getting are not the answers. These values that you're getting, which is the negative 3 and the 2, makes the equation equal to 0. Okay, I just need those points to plot them on the number line. Okay, I'm gonna need those points to put it on the number line. So this is my number line. I am just going to do, or label them, so I can do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, and some negatives also. Okay, now I got negative 3 and I got 2. Again, those are not my answers. I'm just gonna need them to find my actual answer. So for negative 3, I'm just gonna put a dot here, right here. And for 2, I'm gonna put right here a dot. Remember, these are not the answers. Those 2 points make the equation equal to 0. Remember that originally the equation that we want, the inequality, has to be greater than 0. Greater than 6. Greater than 6. It's right here. Greater than 6. So again, that is not the answer, but I'm gonna need them to find the actual answer. So now that we have those numbers, and I just put closed dots on those numbers, I'm gonna read the steps. It says test the middle sections to see if that section contains solutions. So number 1, pick one value in each region. Plug it in and simplify. Pick the easiest number. So in each region that I'm gonna have, I'm gonna plug in, I'm gonna choose a number and then I'm gonna plug it in and I'm gonna simplify. So I am gonna choose one number in each region. What do I mean with that? Well, I have this region that here, from here, and I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna just choose one number there. I'm only gonna choose one number. The number that I'm gonna choose is gonna be the closest of -3, so it's -4. And then I'm gonna plug in, I'm gonna choose another number from this region right here. And if in the region we have a 0, then choose that one because 0 is the easiest one to plug in. So 0 is there, so I'm gonna plug it in. And then another region, I have the last region here. I'm gonna also choose another number. So I'm gonna choose x equals to 3. You can choose 4 or 5 or 6, but again, I'm gonna just use one of the closest of the numbers, okay? So it's easier for us to solve. So this is the next step, to choose one number of each region. I got -4, I got 0, and I got 3. I'm going to see if when I plug those values into the inequality, I'm gonna see if that makes something true. Now that I show you how to choose the values, I'm gonna erase this, okay? I just did it so you can see that you must use one number for every single region. Okay, I'm gonna use -4, and I'm gonna plug in -4 in my original inequality. The original inequality, remember, it was x squared plus x greater than 6. Okay, I want to see if it makes the inequality true. So I'm going to use the first number, which is -4. I'm going to just substitute it. -4 squared plus -4. I want to see if that is greater than, 6. -4 squared is 16. 16 minus 4 is 12. And 12 is greater than 6, right? 12 is greater than 6. So that means that -4 works. It gives me something true. Now I'm going to plug in, I'm going to just separate my work. I'm now going to plug in the 0 on the inequality. So I'm going to get 0 squared plus 0. This is obviously 0. Is that greater than 6? Is 0 greater than 6? No. That is false. So that means that x equals to 0 doesn't work. Okay. Now I'm gonna check the last one, which is 3. I'm gonna plug in 3 squared plus 3. And I'm gonna check if that's greater than 6. 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 is obviously greater than 6. So this is true, so then that means that this works. The only one that didn't work was 0. Now, step 3. For every point that makes the inequality true, you will shade the region that the point comes from on the number line. Okay? So, remember, the one that worked was -4 and 3. Well, -4 is right here. 3 is right here. So now that means that the whole region works. The whole region where -4 is works. The whole region where 3 is works. So I am going to shade all this region right here. All this region going to the left actually, because I obviously cannot go over all the values, but going to the left, all this region works. Why? Because the -4, when I plug it in the inequality, it gave me something true. Now the other number that gives me something true was 3. So that means that I'm gonna shade that region where 3 is, which is this one. And I am not gonna shade the middle region where 0 was, because remember that it didn't work. X equals to 0 didn't work, so I'm not gonna shade that region in the middle. So we are done with the solution. All these values that I'm shading, all these x values and all those x values right here on the right and on the left, make the inequality true. Now you just have to write it in either, it says here, in either set builder or interval notation. You just have to write the solution. So for example, the first solution, the first thing that I shaded, like this part right here, you can write it as negative infinity because it's on the left, going to this dot, this point right here was -3, so -3. Put it in parentheses. That's the first one. And then the other region, the one on the right, it started at the dot. That's why we needed the dot, remember? It started at 2 and it goes all the way to infinity. And this is your answer. It requires a lot of more work, but again, I think every step is easy. You just have to memorize what's next for every step. I'm gonna do another one. I don't have a lot of space, but this is the other one that I have. The first thing to do again is just make it equal to 0. So y squared minus 17y plus 70 equal 0. From here you factor out, nothing new, y and y. Numbers that gives you 70 and -17 is -10 and -7. Y minus 10 equals 0. Y minus 7 equals 0. From here, y equals 10, y equals 7. This is something that we covered yesterday and last week. Now, I'm going to do the number line. I'm going to have some positive numbers and negative numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. Okay, this is my number line. I got 10 and I got 7. I'm just gonna have dots on 10 and dots on 7. Dots on 10 and dots on 7. And then I'm gonna choose some numbers in each of the regions. So I'm gonna choose a number from here, from that region. 0 is in that region, so I'm gonna use 0 because it's easy. I'm gonna choose another number in this middle region between 7 and 10. You can use 8 and you can use 9. I'm just gonna use the closest to 7, which is 8. And then you're gonna choose another number after 10. You can choose 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and so on. But I'm always gonna choose the one closest to my dot, which is 11. Okay, you're gonna choose 3 points. I already did. I'm gonna erase this. I was just doing that so I can show you. And then after you just put those points, you are going to plug them in. You are going to plug these 3 points right here. Oh, that was a y and I put x. It doesn't matter. You're gonna substitute it and you're gonna see if what you get is less than 0. If it is less than 0, then that number works. The point is to get something less than 0 because that is what it is asking us. Something less than 0. So let's put in 0 in the inequalities. I'm going to get 0 squared minus 17 times 0 plus 70. Put that in the calculator, guys. Put 0 squared minus 17 times 0 plus 70. You will get 70. But 70, is 70 less than 0? No. 7 is not less than 0, so that is false. So that means that x equals to 0 doesn't work. X equals to 0 doesn't work. Now the 8, I'm gonna substitute it. 8 squared minus 17 times 8 plus 70. Put that on the calculator and you're gonna get -2. Is -2 less than 0? Remember that that's my goal, to get something less than 0. Is -2 less than 0? Yes. Perfect. So then 8 works. Now 11. 11 squared minus 17 times 11 plus 70. Put it on the calculator and you're gonna get 4. Is 4 less than 0? No, it is false. So that means that the only number that worked was 8. And where is 8 located? Check where 8 is located on the number line. 8 is located in the middle between 7 and 10. So that means that every region, like this region right here, this region right here is the solution. Not only the 8, guys, everything that is in that region will work. So how do I write my solution? My solution is from this dot to this dot, that is from the 7 to the 10 in parentheses. Nothing else, because nothing else worked. Only that middle region works, so this is the answer, 7, 10. Okay, so now I'm gonna be asking you guys to do question number 2 for homework. This is gonna be your homework. Remember, just the first thing is to add 7, okay? I'm just giving you the first step. It's gonna be x squared plus 9x. 13 plus 7 is 20. And then greater than 0 like that. And then from here, it just becomes something like the one that I just did. Okay, you just follow the process. So this is your homework for today's lesson. So this is the homework for today's lesson. I'm gonna create an assignment on Teams, and you will send, or you will attach the picture of this question, of question number 2. So that is the only homework that you have, only this question, guys, only this question. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for